Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here. Get ready for Christ consciousness. Well, let's talk about radionics yet again. Radionics is a validated real science. And let's understand that from day one. We don't need to have somebody tell us what science is. These failures, these theoretical physicists who've created nothing and who serve the most evilest despots out there, we don't need their clarification. If these alternative or really the real sciences were embraced, we'd have no problems today. We would be solve everything, but they don't want to solve anything. They want to be the Caltech MIT expert, and they know everything. They just can't produce no results. Like so many people, just like religion, of course. Oh, you gotta follow the way to follow what? 2,000 years, and you've created this? What a joke. And who's ever known a religious person who has any credibility whatsoever other than a criminal scumbucket pedophile? So we got to remember that radionics is an actual, well, I consider it a religion, people. This is the temple of radionics, which is a science which is so exact, so perfect, so everything that it can be classified as a, quote, spiritual system. So the whole idea is that we have to understand there's science to all of radionics. Subtle energy physics is a science. It's measurable, it produces results, and in every way can be studied and verified. There's no question to this whatsoever. What can't be verified is anything you get from your theoretical physicist who thinks there's black holes in the sky that suck everything in because they think he's there. Or all the other things that they think he's there. And we're supposed to, oh, that's so interesting. Oh, yeah, the expert on black holes is a guy who can't even say a sentence, who's a horrible cripple. Well, maybe that's kind of the universe rewarding him for stupid studies. He's like a god. And so just remember that. And of course, the other gods of science, and particularly physics, Einstein, who married his cousin, who was quite a little horny devil, and all sorts of other problems having, not kind of like Einstein, but the bottom line is that he certainly was caught in his own web of deception. Or let's go back to, of course, Newton, who was kind of a goofy little freak himself, who we really don't know anything about, who spent half one foot in religion, quoting nonsense, the other one in alchemy, and a third one inventing mathematical systems that everybody loves. I make it out of my mind. It's real. Hey, follow that. Hey, Luigi, bring me a pizza. So the whole idea is that we need to understand these kind of ridiculousness. But radionics is a science. It's every much of a science as anything else. And if I had even a tenth, a 1 of 1% of 1% of 1% of the money that other people have, this would be solved. But they don't want to solve world problems. They want to keep the power structures where they are. And that means that none of your scientific people who, again, feed technologies of mass destruction to the scum of the world are basically war criminals and have committed crimes against humanity and should be dealt with. We don't need you. You produce nothing. You're criminals. So the whole idea is we need something to move over to what is real in life, and that's radionics. So don't think in any way. Now, my subtle energy physics course, which will be coming as soon as I can get it out there, will give you all the facts of how the world actually works. These are verifiable because radionics is verifiable. You get results when you use this stuff. How does it work? Well, we don't know. It doesn't have any value. I know how it works. And those stooges out there that say they don't and they think it's only a psychic process, well, sit in the back of the class and listen. Sick and tired of these people as well. Those buffoonish, evil people who are pushing a bogus technology on you need to be pushed to the back where they belong, pretty much pushed out of the building in general. So it's time to move ahead with a proven science that works, that takes your life and can solve every single problem you have by using this technology, which goes back to ancient times. You've got to remember that subtle energy physics is how all of these pseudo-old religions work. You're tapping into energy fields. Now, you may want to call that Osiris, you may want to call that Odin, whatever it may be. These are subtle energy physics, and that's what the priesthood did. Now we have a real priesthood, the priesthood of radionics, is out there, more glitches there, is out there to solve all your problems and can do it easily. It's all there. It can be done easily. It can be done at low cost range as well. Of course, you can get the best technology out there to do better, and these things will cost, but generally it's a very small investment. If you were going to some bogus, evil church and giving them money, it would be a tenth of what you spend on your radionic tools. But you have to invest in stuff. You want to play baseball? Well, you have to buy gloves. You have to have a bat. That's all part of the reality that's out there. So we need to understand all that stuff to be able to actually use it properly. So that's all part of life. And you support those that are in those areas. So radionics is 100% science. We're going to lay it all out. We're going to lay out the physics of how everything works. We're going to lay out the conceptual understandings. But I don't deal in concepts or theories. Everything that I speak about is proven in one way or another. Unlike the other people that change every time. Well, string theory was the hot thing. No, not anymore. It's a can of poo in space. This is what's up there, created by some we don't know. It just kind of formed out of nowhere. And it just runs the world. Yeah, we all know it. Oh, yes, that's right. Let's pat each other on the back. We're from MIT. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forget. You're from Caltech, too. Let's make sure you get a pat on the back, too. So the whole idea is that all these boobs who've destroyed this world and allow it to be destroyed and who empower people are the worst possible people out there. I don't know why we should believe anything in their screwball physics that never, ever work. So we must understand, as I always say in all my lectures, this has nothing to do with engineering, which works, or it falls down. You build a building and it doesn't stand up, well, you have screwed up. So that's why you don't see too much of that, because you have to be correct, because it's a real world technology. It's not a science, that's a guess. So the whole idea is that, remember that, and radionics is a real-world technology that works time and time again. From the miraculous, from nothing you create something. Well, you do something like that, dumbhead physicists. You do something like that, stuck in your own feces, engineers. The whole idea is that's what you need to understand out there. But let's not in any way doubt the actual understanding that radionics is a science, and there's procedures you do, and there's special ways to make machines and other technology. This is all part of this bigger, interesting process, and we need to understand that and to the reality of that on what's going on there. So the whole idea is that we need to know these realities to change this really evil, sick planet, take back control, and rise to higher levels. So know the game, know how to play it, and know how to win. And the people who are winning, who are not in with the gangs and the guns, are those people who have this alternative technology. And radionic tools are just one of many tools that you need. But radionic tech guides you there. It's the radionic temple, the temple of radionics, that will actually guide your way, and you need to become part of that advanced priesthood. So make sure you join All Access and become part of the teaching. It's all there. Support the people there. Go on our Patreon, which gives basic information. All of this stuff is there for the asking, and it's here. You've always been looking for the answer in life. People go into Scientology and spend millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and all of these things. They give money to losers and fools that produce nothing. What does all the money happen given to Scientology or given to churches or other charities? Well, has the Red Cross solved any problems? Has the Salvation Army ended homelessness? Has anything you've ever done solved any problems whatsoever? Well, it's about time that you do support someone who can solve your personal problems and the problems of the world, and done in a basic, understood, powerful, proven technology such as radionics. So now's the time to get on the team. Follow the link in the description down below, join All Access, and become part of the solution, because right now you're part of the problem because you're not helping the solution. And if you're not helping the solution, you're part of the problem. That's an old cliche, but couldn't be. Cliches generally tend to be right, by the way. So the whole idea is that become part of the solution. Learn, train yourself, empower yourself, your family, and everyone around you to this wonderful spiritual and scientific path that is the solution to everything. Until next time.